What is up, Flockers? That is my fellow Lockers and aspiring Lockers. In today's video, we're going to be talking about different ways that you can help to prevent dryness of your locks or to take care of the dryness if you're already experiencing that. So if you're interested in those things, then make sure to stick around. Some of y'all might be wondering what's going on with your setup. If you watch my vlogs, then you're probably already in the know of the fact that I'm in the middle of redoing the basement and trying to turn my studio area into a bedroom living space area. And I'm going to be moving my studio out here into the garage, but not on this wall. Eventually we will have it back looking the way that y'all are used to things looking, or maybe it'll look completely different, but it won't look like this. Or maybe it will, not the point. Jumping right in. The first thing on my list of how to get rid of dry locks or how to help in getting your locks not to be so dry. I know it's gonna be taboo, but you have to drink more water. And I say it's taboo because people are probably like, okay, well, everybody says drink more water. I started drinking a couple more sips of water. Okay, we're not talking about a couple more sips. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you how much water you need to drink because every person is probably different depending on their body composition, how tall they are. There's many different factors, how active you are throughout the day, how much you're sweating, and all of those things. Chances are 98% of people out there are not drinking enough water. Am I telling you need to go and drink a gallon of water a day? No, because for someone like me, I tried drinking a gallon of water a day and I was up in the bathroom every 5 minutes because I swear my bladder is the smallest on earth. And so I can't do a gallon of water a day. Now, what I do is probably about half a gallon of water a day. So you need to find out what your level of water intake needs to be, but I promise you that it really does all come from within. You give your body the nourishment and the things that it needs from within, and it reflects in your hair, in your skin, and in your nails. And I know people say that all the time, but it's true. So the most important thing you can do in helping your locks and your scalp not to be as dry is to increase your water intake. And if you're not big on drinking just plain flat out water, because I know some people don't like the taste of water, there are ways to get around that without intaking a bunch of sugar. You can get you some electrolyte powder that uses stevia to sweeten it, so that way you're not getting like just straight up refined sugar. There's other methods that you can use that are somewhat healthy methods if you don't like the taste of just plain water. So you can be drinking a lot of water, enjoy the taste of it, and increase, like I said, it helps not just with your hair, but it helps with your hair, your scalp. Your skin's gonna look better, you're gonna feel better from the inside out. So you can't go wrong with increasing your water. So whatever you're drinking now, you should probably go ahead and just double that. The second thing on the list today of how to help with the dryness of your locks is simply by spraying them daily. Or if you're not into spraying your locks daily, like I am, then maybe you spray them every other day or every couple of days. But it's important to constantly be putting moisture back into your hair, especially depending on where you live. The environment and the elements that we live in can severely impact our hair and our scalp and the dryness and all of that. So if you live in an area that is super dry and that's affecting your hair and your scalp, you're gonna have to put the moisture back in yourself. And yes, it helps with doing it from the inside, but there's also external ways that you can help in this process as well. So it's not either or, it's not one thing or another, it's all of the things combined. So yes, we wanna drink more water. Yes, we wanna also be spraying our locks. And I know that that might be something that if you're in the sister lock community or Microloc community, some people might say that you're not supposed to add things to your locks, you don't need to spray them or do anything like that. Do what's right for your hair. If spraying your locks is right for your hair, you will know once you do it because you will feel a difference. You will notice a difference. Now, if you spray your locks and stuff is unraveling or bunching or anything like that, then don't do it because maybe it's detrimental. You have to figure out what works for your locks, what works for your hair and your scalp. But for me, I have been spraying my locks pretty much daily since day one, and it has done nothing but help to speed up the process of locking. It has helped but to add moisture back into my hair, into my scalp, and just help the process. Now, number 2 going into number 3 is important because at least I won't speak for everyone, but for me, my hair, the way it's set up, it does not work where I can just spray water on it and keep it moving. For some, that might work. Some people might be able to just spray some water, whether it be regular water, rose water, aloe vera juice and water combination, something like that, and they can leave it like that. The way my scalp and my hair is set up it says, baby, that's not enough. Because what happens is you spray that on and it evaporates as it dries. And if you're not careful, if you have hair like me, you got that forced C through Z pattern that just sucks up water and is super low density, so whatever, low porosity, high density, low porosity, where your hair is just soaking up the water. But it takes a minute for it to soak it up, but it does soak it up. You're gonna need to do something more than just spray water on top, because you might end up with even drier hair if all you do is add water. So number 3 on my list is making sure that I add an oil on top of the water that I'm putting into my hair. So after I go in the morning and spray it down and mist it, I do go in with either an oil or a leave-in conditioner. And my oils, I have a DIY oil. It is not heavy. It's made up of light oils like grapeseed oil and things like that I mix in and come up with my own concoction. And it changes throughout the year and throughout the months and seasons depending on what my hair needs, essential oils and things like that. But I make sure to always put that on top of the water, just like when you're a loose natural and people were talking about the LOC method and the LCO or whatever it was. I'm the same way. So I'm either putting on a light leave-in conditioner or I'm putting on an oil because I need to seal in the moisture. And I can tell a huge difference in the way my locks feel, whether they're soft and pliable or whether they're just crunchy and just feel like they're about to break and like they're brittle, from when I just spray water in the mornings or throughout the day and when I spray water and then put oil on top to seal it in. It's a huge difference. It makes a difference. Your locks will look shinier. They will feel better. You'll be able to tell the difference. The number 4 thing on my list for helping to minimize the dryness of your locks and your scalp is to do midweek sessions, midweek moisturizing sessions. Now, this doesn't have to be every week, but sometimes, people won't moisturize their hair except for on wash days. Well, again, for the way that my hair and my scalp is set up, I can't go I wash my hair about once a week. I can't go an entire week without doing something in between for my scalp and for my hair because it's dry and it needs extra attention. So if I wash my hair, for example, on a Sunday, then probably by Wednesday or Thursday, I'm probably gonna be going in and doing a midweek moisture routine. And what I'm saying, in addition to just the spraying my locks and putting a little oil on, I'm probably going to give it a little bit more attention. So maybe I'll do a steaming treatment for 15 minutes. I'm not talking about like spending hours doing anything like that. I'm literally talking about just taking my steamer and steaming my locks for like 10 or 15 minutes. And then, like I said, putting some oil on just to add a little bit of life and movement and nurturing vitamins and all that stuff back into my locks and into my scalp and my hair. And my mane thanks me for it. It really does. It makes a difference. In the weeks where I don't do that, I end up with having crunchy, brittle locks. Like this week, for example, my locks right now, they don't feel brittle, but they definitely feel dry, and they just don't feel pliable like they normally would if I had done my midweek maintenance. So yeah, it's actually time for a wash. So I need to just go ahead and wash my hair and do the whole moisture routine. But this week I will make sure midweek to go ahead and do a little bit of midweek moisturization. The 5th thing on my list, although it may seem kind of like duh, but it's also very important to take into account and pay attention to, is making sure that you're paying attention to what the shampoo that you're using does to your hair and how it makes your hair feel. Because a lot of times, we hear like, oh, you need a clarifying shampoo, or oh, you need this type of shampoo. Well, the clarifying shampoo might work for Jessica, but it might jack your hair up. Or the moisturizing shampoo might work for Steve, but it might mess you up. So again, knowing your hair, listening to your hair. You can't always listen to everybody out there because everybody, one, has their own opinions, their own experience and stuff like that. And then 2, it's about their own journey and experience. So just because something works for this person doesn't mean it's going to work for that person. Just because I say that I do midweek moisture routines and I do this and that doesn't mean that that's going to work for you. For some of you out there, the things that I suggest might work perfectly and it might make your hair so like, mwah, chef's kiss. You're going to be like, yes. And then other people are going to be like, dang, I took your advice and my hair is a hot mess now. Hopefully that won't be the case, but I just say all that to say that you have to listen to your hair. Take advice from other people, take advice from your loctician, stuff like that, but you have to listen to your hair and you know what's going on with your hair. You know if your hair feels brittle, you know if your hair feels over moisturized or over this or over that, if it feels dry, if it feels too much this, too much that. So listen to that, listen to yourself. You know your hair better than anyone else, or you should know your hair better than anyone else. So you have to listen to yourself and trust yourself, and that you're going to make the right decision for your hair. And don't just do something because you saw it on a TikTok trend or something like that. Got folks out here putting mayonnaise in their hair and stuff like that, and then wonder why they got built up. If you found this video at all helpful and insightful, make sure to hit that like button, as it helps me know what type of videos y'all are enjoying. And also hit the subscribe button so that you can join the flock. And before you go anywhere, make sure to check out some of the other videos that have popped up on the screen, and I will make sure to see you over there.